Hi, Internet. This is Ada, and we are going to talk about who should be your second if you are doing the human noble personal story. So, we are going to trial, and you get to choose who you get to fight next to. So, the choices are the Minister Guard, the Captain Thackeray, Countess Anise, and Lord Faren. Each have a strength and weakness, but I also recorded, if you pick them, what they say afterwards, because that could be missed because you can only pick one. So yes, I made 4 characters, so sit back and listen to some of the cut scenes and then I'll get started.
Our witnesses have arrived. Are you ready to present the case? As a noble, you are our best representative.
I've gone over everything a dozen times. Unless something goes horribly wrong, we'll get our man.
At this rate, Queen Jenna's guaranteed to notice you. If nothing else, I'll make sure your name reaches her ears.
Minister Codicus is waiting. Signal him when you're ready. Good luck. And may Lissa bless you with unparalleled eloquence.
Servant of the crown, if Zaman gets off, I may have to take matters into my own hands.
I haven't had this much fun since I discovered the agriculture minister was stealing truffles.
I remember that blustery old fool. He swore that his pet pig had dug them up by accident.
The tricky part was telling him from his pig. Now then, my young friend, are you ready to present the case?
I've gone over everything a dozen times. Unless something goes horribly wrong, we'll get our man.
At this rate, Queen Jenna's guaranteed to notice you. If nothing else, I'll make sure your name reaches her ears.
Minister Codicus is waiting. Signal him when you're ready. Good luck. And may Lissa bless you with unparalleled eloquence.
Servant of the crown, but if Zaman gets off, I may have to take matters into my own hands.
Hear ye? The trial of Minister Julius Zaman is hereby called to order. Legate Minister Codicus presiding. Who stands for the prosecution?
I do. Your Honor, we have evidence proving Minister Zaman conspired against the citizens of Divinity's Reach. He abused his authority to commit thievery, murder, and treason. We will present incriminating documents and sworn testimony from respected members of the community, including the accused's own sister.
The prosecution seems to have prepared quite a compelling case. Minister Zaman, can you refute these dire accusations?
Refute? Why bother? My Lord Codicus, in accordance with the most ancient tenets of Crichton law, I invoke my right to trial by combat.
This court accepts your invocation. By law and custom, you may choose a second to fight with you in the circle.
Thank you, Legate Minister. I choose my retainer, Idle the Unlovable, as my second.
The prosecution must also nominate a principal and a second, or forfeit the case.
I will be the principal legate minister. I'd like to request a short recess to select my second.
Granted. When the prosecution is ready to continue, this court will reconvene and the trial by combat will begin.
As a Seraph captain, I can't really jump around saying, pick me, but I can certainly think it.
Okay, so you gotta love those cutscenes, right? Pick me from Mr. Logan. Okay, so who are we fighting? Because this might actually help you pick who your second is. So you have an elementalist and a Norn who does knockdown. And the AI, as you can see, like, they kind of get stuck. Even if Zamos goes down, the Ellie goes down, your second will still attack them and not do any damage to them. So if you kill Zamos first, you still have to kill the Norn, and your second won't help at all. So you want to kill the Norn first. Now, and then Zamos has this fire field. I don't know if you can see it very well. But yeah, so it's knocked down, and then there you go, fire field. So just try to be at range, use the AI to your advantage. With that being said, I am now going to show each second that you can pick. That's going to be Logan, Lord Faren, Countess Anise, and the special Minister Guard Reth if you went to the party. Now, here's the dialogue that you get before the fighting starts. I hope you can pull this off. Talking to you has already cost me my job. If Zamos goes free, it will cost me a lot more. And then you reply, just tell the truth and Zamos won't be able to do any more damage. Now, this is only he only talks to you if you chose to go to the party in the previous step. That's kind of sad that you can miss it. I know it's on the wiki, but I wanted to show it here. The next one is going to be when you're choosing seconds, and you can talk to him. Okay, so now picking seconds with all the little stars over their head, he says, if you need backup, I'm your man. I'll rough up a crooked noble on general principle, but with him, it's personal. He seriously needs a beating. I agree, but I haven't decided yet. I'll let you know. So you have to actually talk to her and then choose, and then you get that cutscene that I already showed. So let's get to the fighting. So I like him. So he's an archer. So he will actually do a few of these like attacks. So if you are melee, I would pick him, especially if you went to the party. The Norn will attack him because he is somewhat close, even though he is a ranger. He kind of is really close to Zamos. I think they all kind of like get stuck right there on that world spot. And then it's a really cool bow. You get to see the cool armor. It doesn't take that long. I didn't want to fast forward through it so that you get an idea about how long. See, he'll even run away a little bit. So he doesn't get hit by both. And yeah, it's definitely a solid pick to pick the Minister Guard here. There we go. See, he didn't even attack me, which is perfect. That's what you want. You want the AI to totally take you. And then, as you can see, the last little, 25% of the health is just the Minister. Okay. Now, after the last cutscene, Logan says, blah, blah, blah. Now, you get to talk to your second, and he says, congratulations. I'm glad this is over, but now I have to start thinking about my future. Know any opportunities for a Minister Guard who got booted from doing the right thing? I do. Check with the Captain Thackeray. There may be a place for you in the Seraph. That's a really good idea. I mean, asking for job advice from the person who made you lose your job. Good on you, ArenaNet. Okay, so now let us go to Countess Anise. So I'm not going to show what Countess Anise said because everyone can talk to her. So this is the Mesmer and Shield. I'm also a guardian because I didn't really think about it, but that's totally fine. She does basically, it looks like a chronomancer almost, like that shielding kind of thing. She'll do melee. She'll make a bunch of clones. So if you want to look at all the really pretty clones, she is a little bit OP. Damage is not as good as some of the others, but her AI works so much better. Like, she will actually target, and basically, especially if you're a range, like, I would pick her because she's probably the best shield which is quite funny. I'm trying to get her to show the clones. You can see your little bubble. This was way before the nerf of Guardians. I'm using a spirit. I had no idea what I was doing back when I recorded this. Such old footage. Yeah, she's like totally OP with her little shield. She doesn't really attack, so you can kind of see she's stuck. But this is what she says afterwards. So this is missed. So she says after the fight, "It was marvelous fighting besides you. The queen will be glad to hear she has such voracious friends defending the realm, and she will hear it. I can promise you that. You say thank you. Just don't forget to tell the queen how I couldn't have done it without you." And if you didn't play noble and you played a commoner, you also get to have like special dialogue with her. I can show that in a separate video where you get to do Veracerous or Charmed or Dignity, and her choices with you change. So they're definitely trying to show that your personality is definitely going to come through with the queen. So that is our Countess Anise. Now we get to choose Lord Faren. Now, out of all 4 people that you get to choose from, Lord Faren does get stuck a lot. This was my 3rd time trying to get him to come out. He often gets stuck on the side wall. But who's going to pass up the opportunity to fight next to Lord Faren? The only other time you get to really do it is in Verdant Brink. And he has a sword. I don't think... he doesn't do any damage, even compared to Countess Anise, who doesn't attack at all. Lord Faren's attacks are pretty pathetic. But afterwards, if you pick him, you get to hear him say, "We sure showed them, didn't we? If this keeps up, I may need a grand surrogate party of my own. The champion of Shaymor, the Gladian of Shaymor, the mouth of Shaymor. But seriously, my sincere thanks for all of your help." Yay, it's Lord Faren. Okay, so now we're going to finish off with Logan. Now, as you can see, he does do like one swing, but it really is, he just heals. He has a sword, he has a shield, and he heals. Which is, what else do you want from an AI? There you go. That's all I can say. I love Logan, but I wouldn't pick him for this. So now to find out what happens if you talk to him, I'm starting to think there's no problem we can't solve if we tackle it together. Now get some rest. There's sure to be more work for us soon. Thanks, Captain. I'll be ready. And those are all of the fighting and then the dialogue of talking to your second afterwards of stuff that you can miss. I hope that you found these entertaining. I am watching the Wooden Potato playlist, and I look forward to seeing what he picks. Thanks, guys. Ada out.